Hi, my name is D. Katz Shachar. I am a health and fitness professional and researcher with over 15 years of experience. Today we are going to go through 5 different low impact exercises that will slightly increase the heart rate without putting too much exertion on your joints. We will use Pilates as our base so we can work on our core muscle strength and help ease any back and hip pain with which you might be familiar. I do want to take a moment and mention that the exercises will not change your thyroid. However, this sequence is meant to increase your strength, energy, agility, and happiness. Let's go through the exercises. Each one will be performed for 10 reps. Exercise 1 is the cat camel. Exercise 2 is the bridge. Exercise 3 is the side leg lift, and you have the option of using a dumbbell. Exercise number 4 is a no weight seated chest fly. And the final exercise, number 5, is the triceps cobra, and we'll perform all of that sequence twice through. Let's get started. Coming onto all fours, placing your hands directly under your shoulders, we exhale into a deep rounded back inhale and arch your back, lifting your chest and your tailbone. We perform this for 10 reps, pulling your shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, arch your back. Another thing to notice is the rounding of the back should absolutely be accompanied by lifting the pelvic floor. Round and arch on the inhale. On the exhale, round. Okay, so once we've performed 10 reps of the deep inhale and exhale on all fours, we're going to start working our way onto our back. I do recommend that this first exercise be performed very slowly. Coming onto our back, placing our hands by our side, planting our feet into the floor. Toes are looking forward, feet and knees are parallel to each other as we come into the bridge. Please note that when we go into the bridge, we both lift the pelvic floor and close the rib cage. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Let's keep going with those knees very parallel to each other. You can even imagine that you might be holding a ball between the knees so that you're slightly activating your inner thigh. And once we've done 10, we're going to go onto our side. Let's begin on our right side with the right arm elongated under our ear. We're going to keep the right leg slightly bent and point and straighten our left leg. We exhale, lift, and we inhale, lower. One option is to keep your left hand on the floor. Another option is to place it on your hips in order to maintain the stable pelvis. Please notice that the exhalation should be tightening the abdominals, so you want a full exhalation to really create a girdle for your back with the abdominals. And once we've done 10, we slowly shift over to the other side, placing our left hand under our ear so that your hand is aligned with your head. And then if you want, you can keep your right hand on the floor for stabilization, or you can place it on the pelvis and we go up and down. Please note that the legs are slightly forward from the line of the body. We inhale down and we exhale up into a squeeze. So you want to activate the glutes on the lift without rocking your pelvis. And once we've done 10, we're going to sit nice and tall in any position that is comfortable for you, but I do want you to focus on really extending your back and keeping your rib cage closed. We try and bring our elbows together and then we open wide. Notice that on this round, we're going to exhale as we close our arms, inhale as we open. I'm going to just turn over so that you can see my back. And again, we inhale, open, exhale, close. Notice that I'm focusing on keeping the shoulders away from my ears, lengthening my spine, and squeezing my shoulder blades when my arms go back. I'm going to keep going for the completion of the set with my face looking at you. And let's keep going for a little bit more. Once we've done 10, we're going to lie down on our bellies, placing our hands directly under the shoulders and squeeze the elbows in towards your side. So what we're doing here is actually a tiny chest lift, right? We're slightly pressing our hands into the floor and lifting the chest and getting into a little bit of an abdominal stretch. We don't want to go any further than that, right? We want to make it very small so that we actually focus on activating our triceps and keeping our back safe and stretching our core just a little bit. Really focusing on keeping the core strong, especially going forward into our second round. We're going to take a moment to stretch in child's pose, and then we're going to begin again. We're going to try to go a little bit faster, really just a slight change as we exhale into the rounded back inhale as we go into the arch. So we have upped the pace just a little bit, and an option for the upcoming bridge is to actually perform it with the small dumbbell. Inhale and exhale. Tightening up the abs in towards your back, letting your spine flow through the movement. Okay, that was the last one, and I am opting into a bridge with a weight. So I'm going to lie down on my back, place the weight on my pelvis, and I exhale as I lift into the bridge, inhale as I lower down. Exhale and inhale, focusing on the lift that is accompanied by the lifting and gathering of the pelvic floor as well, planting and rooting your feet into the floor. Keeping the shoulders away from your ears, trying to relax your facial muscles. And then on that last one, I'm going to opt into doing the side leg lift with the weight, keeping that top foot pointed and parallel to the wall in front of you. You don't want to allow the pelvis to rock forward or back. Rather, keep one hip joint stacked above the other. Exhale on the lift, inhale as you press your way down, and we flip over to the other side. And just please remember that the weight is entirely optional. Getting ready for the other side. And we exhale, lift, pointed foot, inhale, lower back down. Once we've performed 10 reps on each side, weighted or not, we're going to go back to that tall seated position for the chest fly without weight. Going to come onto seated, nice and tall. Arms at 90 degrees, and this time we're going to reverse the breath. So we inhale, close, and we exhale, open, so we actually focus on our upper back and our posture. Let's keep going for just a little bit more. Trying to really bring the elbows in towards each other, and we prepare for our prone triceps cobra, pressing our hands into the floor. Now, this is going to start feeling a little bit hard. It's going to start feeling like you really are working deep into your arms if you are indeed keeping your abdominals tight, staying relatively low, and pressing the floor away from you as you slightly come up. So you want to try and give that extra push as you know you're going right into a stretch. So take a moment, get into that stretch. I know that last little bit was tough. So you want to maybe even go into a little bit of a shell stretch while placing your hands beside your feet, relaxing one cheek on the floor, rounding your back over so that you switch to the other cheek on the floor. And because it was a little bit tough, we're also going to flip over into a seated position, into a little bit of a gentle side bend, bringing your hands above your head. One hand pulls the other, and gentle on the release over to the other side. Thank you so much for joining me. Well done.